Just don't touch my butt when you come into the studio, bro. Don't hit your head on my fucking... Yo, listen. Alright, so look, the point of why we're fucking recording this right now, we want to talk about something. It's me and young Ant. Fucking, listen, Ant, we need a fucking name for you, bro. More than Ant. But let's talk the story.
Breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs.
Yo, breadcrumbs.
Yo, we're gonna call this fucking guy Breadcrumbs from now on. Yeah, you talking to the mic too.
What's up, I'm Breadcrumbs.
Alright, so look, we don't want this to be like a 10-minute long thing because I'm probably gonna fucking let people hear this shit. But excuse me. Alright, so me and Ant were just chilling, right? And we was watching the fucking Family Guy meets the fucking Simpsons, right? And we wanted to talk about basically like the fact that Ant is like fucking 13 years old.
13.
And the fact that I'm like close to 30.
I'm definitely 13.
You're not 13, but you are younger than me. You couldn't be my son, but you would be like... You could be my son if, like, I was in, like, 9th grade, maybe.
Well, I'll be turning 17.
Exactly. So, if I was in, like, 8th or 7th grade, and I fucked your 7th or 8th grade mother, then you could be my son. The fuck? We're supposed to talk about the Simpsons, dude. Alright, so look. So I'm telling Ant, my very first... I remember the first episode of the Simpsons. I remember where I was. I remember how I was 6. Okay? So maybe you guys can guess my age. Okay? Very first episode. I'll never forget this, right? So, like, this bitch that I went to school with, she was probably 6 at the time. She was in my grade. I really liked this bitch. I'll never forget. Her name was Sarah. I can't remember her last. Overwise. Sarah Overwise. What a fucking weird name, right? I hope she doesn't hear this. So, her last name was Overwise. I used to call her Underburger for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, her brother was named Scott Underburger. Overwise. Whatever. Fucking dork. But he knew I liked his sister, right? She was hot. I'll never forget. She was one of the first girls that I liked, you know. I was 6.
When you were 6.
Fuck yeah, I was into it. So anyway.
6-year-old.
But,
6-year-old you ever met.
Let me tell you, she was the hottest 6-year-old I ever so I don't know whatever happened to either one of them for that matter, but they lived across the street, right? Now, we went to a Catholic elementary school that wasn't right up the street from my house. And this bitch across the street, she went to the same school as me, so her mom used to drive us to school every day, right? I used to have to sit in the back. I'll never forget. She had this fucking pickup truck, and this bitch was a stupid bitch. She actually stuck us in the back of the pickup truck every day. You know, we never got pulled over once. That's beside the fucking point. If I did that shit with some kid, I'd fucking go to jail probably. But anyway, yeah. Well, that was our ride to school. Anyway, point being, The Simpsons was coming on Halloween. I'll never forget this, yo. And like, you know, I watched Fox. I knew they were coming, right? And all I wanted to do, I remember this, was I wanted to watch TV and watch The Simpsons and then go trick or treating. I didn't want to be fucked with. I didn't want to be bothered. No, but seriously. So the dumb bitch, the mom, by the way, that's what I'm calling a dumb bitch. And she was. I hated this woman. I hated her. She was I knew my safety was in fucking jeopardy when she would bring me that fucking pickup truck. She didn't give a fuck, dude. She was like some fat redneck hillbilly bitch.
Did you go out of the way, hit every speed bump on the way there?
Yeah. We're living in Darby with this fucking redheaded hillbilly bitch. Anyway, point being, I'm trying to get off the subject here. I knew I wanted to watch the fucking Simpsons, dude. And I also knew that, you know, after the Simpsons, I was going to go trick-or-treating. This was the deal, all right? I'll never forget. It was like 3 days before, 3 days before the fucking episode. And my mom's talking to the fat redneck head hillbilly bitch. And she's like, you guys can come over for Halloween. Dude, I knew right then and there was going to be fucking problems, right? I'm 6, dude. But I thought like a man. I knew there was going to be problems. So, my goal was, I ain't letting these motherfuckers over my house for Halloween. It ain't fucking happening, right? So, I don't say nothing to Sarah, and I don't say nothing to Scott the whole time. I start a fight with Scott on Halloween day. We had our costumes on. This is true. I didn't tell you this in the other room. The reason I started the fight with Scott was because I wanted him to be mad at me, so that way he wouldn't bring his fat redhead fucking hillbilly bitch mom over and fucking fuck me up on Halloween. You know, I wanted to watch The Simpsons. Okay, so long story short, doesn't matter. The fat bitch shows up. She not only walks into my fucking house while The Simpsons are on, this bitch had the audacity.
She had the audacity.
The audacity to not only walk in, she put her fat, big belly fucking jello fucking in front of my TV while I'm trying to watch the fucking Simpsons. I couldn't see shit. She had the grandmom with her too. I hated her even more. She was such a bitch. And not only was I missing the fucking Simpsons, but right when the fucking commercial comes off and the show comes back on, she shows up, big belly hanging out, shit like that. And this bitch has the fucking audacity to eat my fucking food while I'm trying. Yo, I don't know if I felt rage for the very first time in my life. And I sometimes still feel this rage, Aunt. But for the very first time, I was so mad that she even thought it was cool to walk into my fucking house while I'm trying to eat and watch The Simpsons and fucked up my very first episode. There was no DVR back then. You couldn't fucking record shit. We didn't even have a fucking VCR, dude. We were fucking poor. I don't even know why I went to Catholic school back then. We couldn't even fucking afford it. The fact of the matter is, we had one fucking TV. It wasn't no fucking flat screen either. For all you don't, if you guys thought there was no flat screens. Let me tell you, big brown TV, shit, fucking antenna sucked. 6 years old, I had no TV in my room. I couldn't go upstairs. There was no fucking upstairs for me. No. There was just the one TV. And my grandmom was even there. Which means she was talking to her grandmom, and my mom was talking to the big warthog fucking Buffalo Bill bitch with the red hair, the hillbilly. And she didn't brush her teeth either. I remember that very distinctively. I was so upset. I fucking just wanted to cry.
Worst day of your life?
It was for a long time. I mean, things have been worse since then.
Worst day of your 6-year-old life?
I hated that bitch for the rest of my life. I still, to this day. Now I watch, Bart Simpson was like, the dude's been picking on me for 24 fucking years. Like, I remember that shit, the very first episode, Aunt. And that fucking warthog, smelly, fat, skunky skank of a bitch destroyed my first episode of Simpsons. So, children, if you're listening to this, don't be friends with your neighbors. The end.
That's a wrap.
And that's a wrap.